So I think it's safe to say that it's not really surprising at this point, but it's extremely sad that we keep going down this same path. And I knew that it was only a matter of time before we ended up with another story that we can talk about where somebody amongst the gaming organization is going around and touching kids. And this time it's somebody who was in charge of an entire gaming org, which is extremely sad. And the amount of text messages that people have shared from the past and said, well, this seems weird now, or this is how it used to message me, is absolutely crazy. Apparently, people tried to push him out into the open in like 2017, and he even addressed it in 2019, and somehow nobody picked up on this and nobody came forward, but this was the press release. Man arrested on South Lake warrants for indecency with a child. On January 29th, 2025, South Lake police detectives issued warrants for 28-year-old Mitchell Joseph Allen of Aubrey, Texas, for 2 charges of indecency with a child/sexual contact. Allen was arrested on those warrants on February 1st, 2025 by the Elm Ridge Police Department and booked into the Denton County Jail. The warrants for Allen stemmed from reports of abuse that occurred while Allen was working as a coach for a private basketball team. Due to the sensitive nature of the investigation and the age of the victim, no further information will be released at this time. The investigation of this case is ongoing. South Lake police are asking parents with children who may have interacted with Allen to contact Detective Roberson with the department's Criminal Investigations Division at 817-748-8235 if they suspect abuse. So this guy was going deep with it. Like, he was literally double dipping. And I know that sounds funny, and I'm probably going to catch some shade for that. It's not funny though, but this is what he was doing. He was a coach for a youth basketball league and also the owner of a gaming organization that brought on a bunch of young kids. And I found something that explained a little bit more about what actually went down. According to the affidavit on December 1st, 2024, the parents of a 10-year-old boy reported to South Lake PD that he was inappropriately touched by Allen, the coach and director of an undisclosed youth basketball program, while he was staying over at their house for a holiday. The affidavit said the child told his mother about the incident that occurred on Thursday, November 28th, on the evening of Friday, November 29th. According to the affidavit, the child told his mother that Allen came into his room Thursday evening and got into bed with him. After getting into his bed, according to the affidavit, Allen touched the child's private parts over the clothes. Allen then got out of bed and went to the bathroom, the affidavit said, and while he was in there, the child left his room and went to his parents' room and slept on the floor. The affidavit stated that Allen left the home the next morning at about 9:25 a.m. without saying anything to the parents and before they were told about the inappropriate contact. Now, I don't know this kid's parents, but I would say that he's pretty lucky, because if the kid told his parents that night or early that morning, he may not even be alive, depending on who the father is. Because I guarantee a lot of you guys watching this that have kids, if you're the father or even the mother, this man probably wouldn't have left your house without being on a stretcher. And what's even more disgusting is the picture I used in the thumbnail, if I'm not mistaken, is actually his mugshot. So he knows what he was caught for, and he's smiling in his mugshot like everything is good. And at this point, you have to assume that more shit is going to come out, because the amount of people that have come forward with weird messages that he had back and forth with them is actually insane. I'm going to go through a handful of them. The first one shows some messages that he sent to somebody that I don't know the name of, but he said, "Your shots recently have been average. If only I got to see that cute, luscious face cam hair in them, they would be phase material." And it's extra crazy to use another popular organization in your process of trying to groom these little kids. That's absolutely disgusting. And this next thread is extra weird. So he says to the kid, "I wish you knew how special you are. No one works out. Every lazy as shit. You're special, bro." And the kid said, "Thank you. I really appreciate that. You don't know how much that means to me." And he goes on to say, "I know you're grinding NorCal and such, but friend to friend, I respect you. You're a hard worker." And the kid says, "Thank you so much." Now below that, it looks like he sent the kid a picture of himself. Like, not him being NorCal Mitch, the guy who's arrested, but a picture of the kid he's talking to. And I don't know why that is. I'm not going to show the picture just because it's a younger kid. I mean, there's nothing weird about it. It's weird that he sent it, but there's nothing weird about the picture. It's just the kid standing there looking at the camera. Regardless, later on in their conversation, the kid says, "That is crazy to me. I try to work out at least 1 time a day, or sometimes 2 or 3. I usually do at least 6 times a week or 7. I feel happier and better when I work out." And the weirdo goes on to say, "Liggy, I'm serious. I need to visit Ohio to see you, or Cleveland." And the kid says, "You really do?" And the guy says, "Wherever you live." And he says, "I'll take you to whatever." I can't tell because it's been blocked out. And the kid is obviously oblivious to the fact that any of this is weird. And he's probably just looking at it like, this is the leader of an organization. I want to be a gamer. I want to get into this space. And so he's looking at this like, this is the greatest shit ever. This guy actually thinks that I'm cool. He thinks that I'm on point. I'm working out. Like, he's impressed by me. Like, this is good. So yeah, come visit for sure. I want to create this relationship that's, platonic and normal because I want to be a part of this organization, not realizing that this guy obviously has other plans for him. Another message I came across was in Discord where he showed a picture of somebody saying they joined NorCal Esports, and he says, "Hi, sexy." And some of these are making me wonder, how did we not know this sooner? How was he not outed way before this? If these things were taking place years ago from 2017 until now, there's no way that nobody came forward, or somebody did and nobody listened, which seems to be the truth because I did come across a tweet while I was making this video that somebody named Azael said, "Say Mitch, remember 2017? Remember when I said you used NorCal to get little boys from their parents to go on trips with you? You tried to keep me quiet, kick me out the community, but look who was right, look who likes them young." So it's clear that people have been trying to bring attention to this since 2017, and I don't know if the kids being oblivious and again just wanting to be a part of an organization and wanting to be a gamer were coming forward and trying to defend the guy. I don't really know, but I don't know how this shit slid past people. And the last set of messages that we'll go to was him talking to some kid named Spazoid, and he says, "What's your @ for Insta?" The kid said, "I do YouTube, but not often. Def.spazoid is my Instagram." And NorCal Mitch says, "You nervous talking to me, by the way? Haha." And the kid says yes, obviously, because he's a kid talking to an adult who, again, is the owner of an organization, so he wants to be a part of that. And NorCal Mitch goes on to say, "No, haha, it's all good. I'm a friend just like anyone else, bro. Send hug, it's all good." So I may be going out on a limb here, but I'll be honest with you, whenever I see somebody do what I call asterisk pimping, I do not trust them for anything. I feel like they're probably weirdos. And if you guys out there do this, I apologize. I'm not trying to call you out. It's just something that I seem to have noticed. But when people put shit like sends hug or rubs leg, and they're saying these weird things in the text conversation, I'm just like, I don't understand it. It just seems really odd to me. And anybody who has the mentality to do that, I'm like, you probably goofy. Like something's off about you, and I just can't trust you. And that's exactly what he did. Now, in the second part of their messages, I don't know what preceded it, but he says, "I'm sorry, that was mean." And the kid says, "LMAO, you're good." Mitch goes on to say, "I'm a goofball when you get to know me. Can I ask how old you are?" And Spazoid says, 13. Also, "I just want you to see how hard I'm grinding." Because obviously the kid is not looking at it like he's having a conversation with a weird ass predator. He's thinking, I want to show this guy that I'm grinding hard because he is the organization leader. Mitch goes on to say, "Ha ha 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 ha. Oh my God, you're insane. Do you sleep or play sports?" Spazoid says, "I play football and lacrosse. I don't sleep much though, can't lie." Mitch says, "OMG, finally someone who plays real sports. Grades are good." Spazoid says, "I mean, I'm going to 8th. In 7th, I got all B's and 2 A's. So in case you haven't figured it out, this is exactly what grooming is, okay? He likes these little kids, which is weird as shit. And so he's talking to them and trying to become friends with them and utilize his position in the gaming space to have them want to talk to him. And he's loving the fact that he has the power and they're nervous to talk to him and they want to get to know him and they want to be friendly with him because they want a position in an organization. And that is disgusting. Like, this dude needs to go away forever. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I feel like there's no chance that him getting caught touching this kid was the first time he's ever done this. And maybe it was the first time he's physically had contact with a kid, but he's clearly tried to set this shit up time and time again. And I feel like we need to take that seriously. Now, one of these situations where he was asking a kid to show his face cam apparently did get exposed at one point, and he even put out a video in what I think was 2019 trying to explain the situation and say that he was just trying to encourage the kid to come forward and use his face on camera and all these other things because that's what you need to do in this space.
Yo, what's up, guys? This is Mitch, owner of NorCal, and I'm here today to explain a situation that happened in 2019 and make sure you guys understand that it was no malicious intent at all, and I am here for my players to help them be the best they can be, to instill confidence and make sure that they can live off their dream of being a content creation. I want to thank all you guys for your genuine concern. NorCal is all about positivity, helping each other, doing what's right, and making sure that things are in place and speaking up if they aren't. So thank you guys so much for your concerns. I see this blowing up on the timeline. I just want to be able to talk to you guys and explain. From 2019, when I started NorCal, it has always been about doing what is right for my players and making sure they understand if they want to make it, they're going to have to be content creators. Now, to me, to be a best content creator possible, it's not about the video game you play. It's about the person, the personality, the emotions, the reactions. That's what people tend to like to watch, and that's what they see. So from day one, any of my members, doesn't matter who you were, my day one, my goal was to not only develop a good friendship with them that they can trust, but also make sure that they understand that if they can get their facial reactions and stuff and smile and be funny and all that stuff, that is what's going to last long in this world. So as you guys see from the pictures, I was encouraging someone to face reveal. And I think that this is crucial. If you're too nervous to share it to the whole community, just if you share it to one person, someone you trust, someone that you've developed a good friendship with, as I own NorCal, I really did feel like that they can go out there and be more confident in themselves. I truly did not care about that one image from them. All I know is that if they could share to one person, they would be a lot more confident in themselves and be the best person possible, be the best content creator possible, and live the happiest life. This is not just for esports, guys. This is for life. I generally want to thank you guys all for understanding. If you have any questions, my DMs are open, and yeah, I'm gonna keep doing my best to help out others in this community, guys. Thank you so much.
And watching this back is just sickening to me, to know that he put that forward and people probably believed it, which is why he was able to stay in this space for years beyond that video and that entire situation. And he just continued to do the same thing. Is wild. Like, that's when you know someone's got a real problem, when they're almost caught doing some shit they know they shouldn't do. They know is going to put them in jail, and they go on to continue to do it. And not only that, but get caught actually touching a kid. Like, we need to get people like this out of here. And it's just sad that gaming gets used for shit like this, because people know that kids love gaming. It's an easy place for a person to come in, be an adult, and be like, well, I own an organization, or I run this, or I run that, and I can help you with your career. Now that everybody wants to be a streamer and everybody wants to be a gamer, and it's a sick thing that people have in their mind. And I guess it's no different when you see people that are teachers, right? That's usually the norm. You're like, oh, this teacher was caught sleeping with a student. Now, I don't know if they got into teaching specifically to target kids, but it feels like they may have wanted to be a teacher, but then there's that bonus benefit of, I'm around a bunch of the young people I'm attracted to. Like, it's just weird. It's just, the whole shit is just weird to me. So I just wanted to talk about this because I saw it pop up on my feed, and there seemed to be so much. Like, there's more messages than this. Every day, there seems to be more and more kids coming forward saying, look at my messages with Mitch. And I'm feeling like there's only a matter of time before somebody else comes forward and says, I actually met with Mitch. This is how it went. But a lot of times, people don't want to talk about that because it's very personal, but hopefully they call that investigation line and they let these cops know that this dude is dirty. Like, he is filthy. So, be warned, watch out for shit like this. If you're older and you got kids and they want to get in the gaming space, vet that shit. Make sure you know who they're talking to. Do not trust these people. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Let me know what you think down below, and I will catch you in the next one, homies.